Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Do you think that a traditional man who's going to be a provider, who's going to take care, do you want kids, right?
Yes.
Do you know how many kids you want?
I wanted 3, but now with financials, probably 2.
When you start having kids, are you going to want to pull back from work a little bit? Do you think you'll want to take extended time off of work?
Probably, yes.
How much time do you plan to get back to work quickly after you have kids, or do you want to be a stay-at-home mom?
So I was just saying that I grew up, in a very traditional home. My dad was the sole provider, and my mom was stay-at-home mom.
Okay.
I think for me, I want to be a stay-at-home mom up until a certain age for my kids, maybe till they hit like kindergarten, both of them. So 5, 6
years.
Yeah, 5, 6 years.
And then if you have 2 kids, so like 7 years total. So you want to take 6 to 7 years off.
I know.
So no, that's not wrong.
No, yeah.
I don't think that's it's not wrong for you to want that, but I'm trying to reconcile it with your feminist, independent woman position. So during that 7-year period, you want to stay at home, take care of the kids. You want your husband to be sole breadwinner for a 7-year period. I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm just asking if that's what you want.
It would be.
I'll bring you in just a sec. Go ahead.
It's hard because I think in my mind, in this like ideal world, like I would be stay-at-home mom while also still bringing in some kind of income from like a side hustle or something, and then
a side hustle.
Yeah, I don't know.
What?
Blogging about kids. Who knows?
Blogging about kids?
I don't.
That sounds like a waste of money. Not gonna lie. Blogs? Do people even do that shit?
I don't know.
Oh, vlogging?
Vlogging about kids.
Okay,
I'm just bringing in a hypothetical.
So while your husband is a sole breadwinner and you just had 2 kids and you have household expenses and child expenses, you're gonna want your husband to go like drop $1,000 on like camera equipment and like editing and.
Yeah, no, I know it is a big commitment.
Okay.
I'm just trying to think of other ways I could help bring in money at the time of raising kids.
So you basically want to provide for yourself up until the time you're married and are ready to have children, and then you're willing to put all your efforts into being a traditional wife, correct?
I would say yes.
Okay, so the question you have to ask yourself is you might want that treatment from a man, but because of your mindset and because you consider yourself feminist and independent, you don't want to take your husband's name. You want him to be sole breadwinner for a period of 7 years. Do you think a traditional man wants you? Do you think first off, do you think traditional men are feminist? Do you think traditional men tend to be liberal men?
Not
I
really.
assume you're liberal, right?
I'm liberal to moderate, yeah.
Okay. So the other part of the equation is, does the man you want you? You have a lot of like progressive liberal women who want, actually, there's a Nick, I'll find topical, but do you think a traditional guy who is going to be okay with you not taking his last name and you being a feminist, like, do you think most traditional men want that?
I don't.
You don't know?
Think so.
Okay. But so don't you think you should? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Continue.
Well, the last name thing is funny because I just really like my last name. If it was like a lame name, then I'd be like, okay. but I know it comes down to like, it shouldn't matter if if I had a cool last name or not. It's more of the principle of it, I guess. So, anyways, that's a side note. But, yeah.
Okay.
I guess I'd have to do.
Here, you had something.
Soul searching.
Yes. My whole thing is like, I think you can be a feminist and still want those things because like biologically, like you want a man with resources. It's like you're talking about having a kid someday and wanting to support it. Like that's a biological part of us, and like biologically you want a man that's going to protect you. It's like you're going to want someone that's going to be able to provide for you because it's like, hey, pregnancy and having children is hard. And like, I think men do see it that way. I think part of feminism is like it not being necessarily completely transactional. It's like you don't necessarily want to feel like you're bought. Also, I don't think a leader is necessarily a provider, because yeah, you can have a provider, but you could like boss that bitch around. Like you can get what you need. And like I think that's the same as like going on a first date. Is like initially you want to see that person is gonna put it in, and also it's like that courting, like that courtship. Like you could look at flowers, for example, like a bouquet of flowers. It's like people buy them now, but back in the day people used to pick them, and it was like a proof of their ability to forage. It's like, look at all these qualities I can provide for you.
Keep going, go ahead.
And like it's nice. Like I'm not gonna lie, like one time some guy like hit me up at like 1 a.m. like as a booty call, and I was like, no, you have to go out and like literally pick me flowers, like pick me a bouquet, and like maybe I'll come over. It's like, it's that sense of like effort.
Have you ever had a booty call though?
Oh, a lot, yeah.
Okay, like 2 standards. This is like so okay, you objected, you like almost were offended. How dare he ask for a booty call, yet you've had plenty of booty calls.
Yeah, I've had so many booty calls that I was like, you know what, I want to feel like someone actually like wants to work for it, you know? It was just like hey, you know what,
so did he work for it?
Yeah, he picked the flowers.
Let me ask you a question. So while he did all this work for it, he went out and he legit picked flowers?
Yes, a whole bouquet. He even got a variety. He walked 2 blocks for it. It was nice.
How long did you make him wait before hooking up or whatever?
Until he finished picking his flowers. I thought it was funny.
So y'all hooked up on the first date?
It was not a date. It was a booty call. There's a difference.
Oh, so it's still a booty call, but he had to go get some flowers.
Yeah.
That's so I mean, it's funny. It's very arbitrary though. And what's so funny is like women have so much fucking power in relationships. I can't imagine a guy being able to say to a woman, like, go get some motherfucking flowers and then maybe I'll give you some dick. Ain't no girl gonna be like, okay, let me get right on it, start picking some flowers so I can get some dick. Like, bro, that shit's okay.
It's also different when you have to ask them to do that.
Call, bro.
You know what I mean? They should naturally do that. But
we had this was a long time ago. We went around the table with some girls, and a girl said she told a guy, like a guy who was pleasant, asked her out, and she was like, oh, she's kind of a fence sitter. She's like, oh, I don't know. Tell me why I should go out with you. Prove to me, or some shit like that. And like all the girls laughed. Oh, ha ha. And I was like, let me ask, if you were interested in a guy and he was like, prove to me why I should go out with you, all the girls were like, I'd just be like, who the fuck does this guy think he is? Fuck this guy. He's got a big fucking ego. On to the next. Boom. But okay, so the guy, fuck. So okay, it was a booty call. You said no to the booty call, but then he picked you flowers, and then you said yes to the booty call.
Yeah, and then I guess once the booty was over, it was just interesting. But that's like completely besides the point. We're like getting off track.
Yeah, I forgot where we were on
that. Toxic feminist is about wanting everything in females' favor but expects guys to be traditional while being a non-traditional hose. It's like having 8 bodies and forcing her simp boyfriend to be okay that his girl got ran through. Shout out to number 9.
You wished you were number 9?
Uh-oh. Yo, LPE, thank you very much for that comment, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of how dating is. You have basically, there's an expectation on men that we adhere to our traditional gender roles with non-traditional women. They want all the benefits of equality and all the benefits of traditionalism. Doesn't make it make sense. I don't really get it. Oh, Nick, you were saying that it's normal, like that's what women want. Like it's normal for women to want a guy who's like provider, protector, leader, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
Because that's like biological.
Yeah, like I don't know if you've ever heard of Buss, but he's done a lot of like
David Buss.
I don't know his first name.
Oh, just his last name? Okay.
Yeah, but he's done a lot of like research with that. They like did a study across like 37 countries, and outside of like one of them, because of like culture norms, like that was the overall take, and
sure,
it makes sense.